What's up, Zach? So I hear you don't want to be here no more. We can make that happen.
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco, thanks for tuning in.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. And I'm just here to let you know that one is the loneliest number that you'll ever know. But we are here to talk about some Zach Ertz. I've been trying to ignore this. I've been trying to avoid it and hope that it just kind of went away on its own, but it's not. It's not going anywhere. So tomorrow may be the day that Zach Ertz is no longer an Eagles fan. He may no longer be a Philadelphia Eagle after tomorrow around like 4:30, I think the time is. So you guys were asking me, where are some places that you think, Joe, that he can end up? Where are some realistic spots that he can, go get traded to, or maybe if he gets cut, hopefully not, he can go end up there. So I compiled a quick little list. I have 3 teams that I think are likely, and I'll tell you why. And not only that, I have a special little surprise team at the end. Maybe you'll know, maybe you won't. We'll figure it out together. Before we do get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and shout out to our sponsor, Manscaped. Be sure to hit the link below. Go to manscaped.com. Use our code PhillyTP for 20% off and free shipping. No, we got you, man. Also, go check us out on the NewBreak App. We got some exclusive videos over there. I just did my top 3 position battles over there, so definitely go check it out. And I did a surprise one in that one, so it's kind of like top 4. So it was definitely a dope video. Members, you can watch it on YouTube. Otherwise, you can go over the NewBreak and you can watch it for free over there. So let's get into this. Let's get into these 3 teams. Now, there's no necessarily like an order or anything like that. I just kind of listed off the teams and kind of made reasons why I think that this could fit. Right, so I'm going to go with the first team, a team that we've heard more of recently now, because we're going to be taking one of their free agents, KJ Wright, hopefully. But we've heard that Zach Ertz was connected to the Seahawks before. This makes sense to me. They don't have a 4th-round pick next year. It would have to be a 3rd. It would have to be their 3rd-round pick next year. We saved $8.5 million. They need some type of consistency, somebody that Russell Wilson can really depend on in between the numbers. Obviously, they have a pretty good receiving core, have a terrible offensive line, so maybe Zach Ertz could help a little bit there. Obviously, he's not the, world-renowned blocker, but either way, he could probably help out a little bit there. So this gives them a veteran that still has some good years on him, still got some thread on at those tires. Look, they're all in. They have Jamal Adams. They have, do they have Ngakoue? I believe they have. I believe they still have Ngakoue. Either way, they have a squad. They went out there and they put a team together, and they're trying to win now. Russell Wilson doesn't have 10 more years. He maybe got 5, maybe, we're being fair. So they want to win. So I think this would make sense. We get what we need, which would be a 3rd-round pick. They get what they want and need, and that would be an extra offensive weapon for Russell Wilson. So I could see Seattle being a place that he goes. Now, the next place is somewhere that I honestly don't even want him to go, and it's just because I'm a hater. And I'm not going to even sit here and lie about it anymore. I'm just a hater now. I really don't like Carson Wentz. So it's the Indianapolis Colts. Now, there was talks when we were trading Carson Wentz of it being some type of package deal that both Carson and Ertz would go over there at that time. Now, obviously, that did not happen, but it's still a possibility. I know that they have Mo Ali Cox, I believe. I don't think that they have much veterans in the position or veterans of the way of Zach Ertz, at least. I think he would definitely be an upgrade for them. Obviously, you put them back together with Carson Wentz. There's a connection there. It's something that you can build upon. You have the triangle offense, if you want to call it. You got Frank Wright, you got Zach Ertz, and you got Carson Wentz. So it might be something that entices them. I'm not doing it for anything less than a 3rd. Like and even that kind of hurts me because it's kind of like we're giving you a playoff team, and I think we know it. They know it. It is what it is. They were a good team last year. Don't get me wrong. but we're giving you some really good players, some proven players. So if it's if that's the team that he ends up going to, if that's the only offer we end up getting, I would do it for a third. Now, and I want to reiterate something, because I hear a lot, like I've heard people talking about if he goes to the Colts, he'll help them get to the playoffs and we'll get that first round pick. While that is one of the stipulations, we don't need that. We need Carson Wentz to play 75% of the snaps. Well, all Eagles fans should be hoping, and this is not hating on Carson, this is being a football fan, this is wanting the best for your team next year. You should be hoping that Carson Wentz plays the whole season, but that team is trash. That's best case scenario. That's best case scenario, because you still get that first round pick, and it's going to be a top pick. If they're one of the 15 worst teams, that is the biggest steal. That trade becomes the biggest steal. Just remember that. We don't need him to be good. We need him to play 75% of the snaps. And yes, I'm a hater, but that's just the truth. That's, as an Eagles fan, that's how you should be looking at it. Now, I do want to give a surprise pick, I guess. I don't know if it's that much of a surprise. I think that we all kind of have this in the back of our mind. And I've said this before. I've said this with a couple different content creators. We all kind of laughed and joked about it. But what if the guy just stays home? What if he's just not going anywhere? All this was, a lot of talk. I mean, at this point, I don't think so. I think that it's going to happen. But there's always that possibility that they're just not saying anything. Look, Nick Sirianni has, said a lot of great things about him. A lot of the coaching staff, even Howie Roseman has said some good things about Zach Ertz in the past couple weeks. Zach Ertz is out here, still rooting for Philadelphia Sixers. This is all just kind of reaching for straws. But who knows? Who knows? It's a real possibility that he just doesn't go anywhere, and we eat that $8.5 million, or we extend him and we figure something out. So that's a possibility that I want to throw out there. Like I said, it's kind of a surprise, I guess. Maybe I'm stretching. But now the last team that I'm thinking, this team for me makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to tell you why. This team right now, and once I say this, you'll know who I'm talking about, are going to go into the season with Timothy Tebow as a top 2, top 3 tight end. He realistically is going to be, he could possibly be their starter. I think their starter right now is some dude named like O'Shaughnessy or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but I know they do not have any good tight ends. You go ahead, you give a tight end to Trevor Lawrence. You give him a weapon. He has his running back now. He has a solid tight end to play with on the outside. They have DJ Shark. He's a pretty good wide receiver. So you start building stuff for him on this offense. I think that they give us their 3rd round pick. Hey, let's go. Let's move on from it. They're probably not going to be that great. That's going to probably be a decent 3rd round pick. Might be one of the top picks in the second or in the 3rd round. So I'm down with that. I think the Jaguars, and it works for everybody, because it's like, look, and they even have players. They even have a couple players I wouldn't be mad if they threw in and we got a less of a pick or no pick depending on the player. But this is how it works for everybody. Zach Ertz, you need more money? Jaguars got that. Jaguars got cap space, and they got cap space to waste. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of money. They can spend some money on you. They can give you a little bit of a contract extension with some more money next year if that's what you so desperately need, right? And then it works for the Eagles. If you need better draft capital, they have draft capital. They have it. They have a young team. They just picked up Tyson Campbell. Maybe you can get Trey Herndon. Maybe, I'm not saying Trey Herndon is the best cornerback in the world, but he's like 25. Maybe you can steal a Miles Jack. Maybe you can steal a player from them because they're trying to get younger at a position that they're already decent at. So I think that to me, Jaguars make the most sense from my perspective, from like a wanting to get the most out of a trade. Do they have any interest? Do they have the most interest? Who knows? But I think that that's the team I would go the hardest after. I just think that would help the Eagles so much. So you guys let me know, who do you think that Zach Ertz is going to go? A weird team that I saw was the Kansas City Chiefs. Imagine that. Imagine the Eagles sent him over to Andy Reid. Now you got 2 of the best tight ends in the game. I'm not trying to watch that, but that was a weird one that I saw. But either way, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Do all that good stuff. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. We're out, shit. Peace.
Eagles flag everywhere. This is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly, Eagles, fly. On the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling with Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.